Last week we talked about expressive writing and introduced a few different researchers. And interestingly enough, I interviewed Jamie Penny-Baker this week. Now, this is the pioneer of expressive writing, the guy that started it all in the 80s. So I had him on my podcast show, and it was a different type of interview. You know, he's not actually a physician. He has never treated patients, but he's a social scientist. So he's got lots of research experience, over 150 publications in the field on this subject. But the amazing thing he was teaching me was, you know, when it doesn't matter what you write, what matters is that you're writing for about 20 minutes, 15 minutes a day. Now, his approach from the research shows that you should write for 4 days in a row on any subject. And it's like a free-flowing writing technique. So whatever comes to mind, you write it down. That could be negative thoughts and feelings, maybe about your pain or your circumstances in life, or it could be just reflections on different things that's happened to your life, maybe positive things, maybe positive affirmations. But the whole point is to write and just to get that whole body kinesthetic experience of putting your thoughts on paper with a pen and a paper and literally expressing yourself. You know, there's no evidence out there that shows that typing on your iPad, your Mac or your PC or your smartphone does anything to change the neural networking in the brain. Because at the end of the day, it's the limbic system, that emotional center right in the heart of the brain that is dysfunctional in its memory and its learning capacities, and therefore keeps the pain going for years and sometimes decades for people. So in order to change pain, we need to literally change how our brain is working. And the expressive writing is the thing that literally can change how your past has been programmed up there in your skull and in the middle of your brain. The second person that I talked to this week on the same day was a GP, a family doctor from Culver City, just outside Los Angeles. And he's been encouraging his patients to expressively write for over 20 years. Now, his name is David Schechter, and he was trained by John Sarno, the father of the whole mind-body movement that happened in the 1950s. So David's been encouraging his patients for a long time, over 2 decades now. He's written a book on the subject, and he gets consults from all around North America, including northern parts of Alberta, he was telling me. So amazing. And even here up in Canada, people are contacting him because he's been doing it for so long. He's so experienced. So it was really good talking to David. And David would say with his patients, he gets people to write for about 15-20 minutes, sometimes twice a day. So, you know, for my patients, I've been encouraging them, look, you got to start writing 15 minutes a day and make that commitment. And again, you know, you can either write positive or negative things. And David doesn't necessarily get people to rip up their pieces of paper at the end of the writing. He just gets them to kind of journal with it. But on average, 6 days a week, he tries to get his patients to write because they have a day off. So these are the techniques that the leading guys in the world are advising patients or researching, and I've found in research papers and research studies what actually works and what doesn't. So my little technique about writing post-its last week doesn't really quite fit the 15-minute mark. But you know, at the end of the day, patients need to realize that they've got to have a strategy and they've got to be getting into the concept. If they don't buy the concept, they'll never ever do it. So I think post-its is a good starting block. Jump off the starting block like diving into the pool in a race, and then they're off with writing on a daily basis. So that would be my take-home message for you if you're struggling with pain today. Get into writing strategy. You know, maybe choose a room in your house. Maybe get a table and a chair that's maybe a favorite place to go. It could be in your room, it could be in the kitchen, doesn't really matter. You know, create an ambience, an environment around writing. You know, maybe a certain time of the day, first thing in the morning when you get up, or in the evenings when maybe you've got more time if you're busy. So it doesn't matter what it is, but get a time and start writing and commit to this process, because at the end of the day, if you've got chronic pain, you don't want the pain, you want rid of it. And this is a sure way of literally turning off the brain's signals that keeps it alive no matter where you feel it, from your head to your toes. And this can literally change your life. So hope you like that. Tonight I'm here with my two dogs. Jagger, he was just here. I was clapping him through this little video. So my other dog called Zarina, she's quiet on the couch over there. So those are my dogs. And again, just a disclaimer: if you're struggling with pain, make sure you follow up with your own physician or a physician in your community. It's really important. And I really look forward to seeing you next week. Listen, I really enjoy the comments that are being made. I try and answer them if it's on Facebook or Instagram. So keep them going. And I look forward to responding more this week. So have a great evening or a day, wherever you are in the world, and keep moving forward. Thanks for now.